Fellow citizens of God's kingdom, I am Reverend Professor Charles Antwi-Boasiako, the leader of the Kingdom Discipleship Network, coming your way with a life-giving message on the kingdom of God as we begin this new day. Jesus frequently clashed with religious leaders over the Sabbath. They viewed it as a rigid rule. He revealed it as a gift of rest and restoration under the Father's benevolent reign. In declaring himself Lord of the Sabbath, Jesus reclaimed the Sabbath's true meaning, pointing to the kingdom's rhythm of grace. Our souls were made to find eternal rest with Christ in God's presence. Illustrative story. A workaholic executive once bragged about never taking a day off. Eventually, burnout forced him to stop. In his enforced rest, he realized how depleted his relationships and health had become. Similarly, the Sabbath is God's gracious boundary against relentless labor, inviting us to cease striving and trust the King who provides. Devotional. Mark 2:23-28, also Luke 6:1-5, records Jesus' disciples plucking heads of grain on the Sabbath. The Pharisees protested, but Jesus responded, "The Sabbath was made for man, not man for the Sabbath. The Son of Man is Lord even of the Sabbath." This bold statement positioned Jesus above ritualistic interpretations. Rather than burdens, kingdom laws are meant for human flourishing. In Isaiah 58:14, God promises blessing for those who honor the Sabbath. The principle remains: regular rest fosters a trusting relationship with the Creator. We also see in Revelation 14:13 a promise of eternal rest for those who die in the Lord, indicating that the kingdom consummation involves ceasing from earthly toil. Jesus, as the Sabbath's Lord, offers rest not just one day a week, but in his very person. Matthew 11:28. When we recognize Jesus' lordship, we enter God's rest, ceasing from self-driven efforts to prove ourselves worthy. Instead, we abide in his grace, recharged for kingdom service. Is your life marked by this rhythm of work and rest under Christ's reign, or have you become enslaved to nonstop activity? Reflection questions. How can you reclaim a Sabbath rhythm that honors God and refreshes your soul? In what ways do you resist rest, perhaps believing your worth is tied to productivity? Prayer. Lord of the Sabbath, teach us to rest in your provision. We lay aside our drivenness and performance mindset, trusting that you hold all things. May our weekly rhythms reflect our confidence in your kingdom care. Thank you for joining me, Reverend Professor Charles Antwi-Boasiako of the Kingdom Discipleship Network. May the majesty of God's kingdom guide your every step, fill you with unshakable confidence in your sacred calling, and empower you to stand firm in his eternal victory today.